Can we start this podcast now, sir?
Let's roll. Woo! Going way back. Nice.
Isn't this appropriate?
It is very appropriate.
What you know about this, boy? It's like I should just let it ride for the hook like the last one.
Yeah,
War
right.
is not the answer.
Not at all. To bring some loving here today. Come to me so you can see. What's going on?
Woo! Classic.
Very, very. I mean, fits the times, fits today, fits the week.
What is going on?
Week in
here?
review, huh? That's for
My
sure.
Lord, what is going on? Well, I guess. Well, first off, welcome back to another episode of Making Noise in the Kitchen. I am your boy, Carlo Banga, aka Don Perignon, and this is
The Senator, a.k.a. Uncle Mario.
hey, there you go.
Getting smooth.
What is going on in this
Dude.
damn world today?
Dude, I think, you know what? You know how we usually have my segment, the news. I think we're just going to have a conversation today.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
Yeah,
We'll
that's
just go back and forth of what we heard, what we saw, and what we remember.
yeah, for sure. That sound like an idea because it is it's a lot to take in. Something that I never thought that I would ever see some craziness like this. Like,
Well, on a past cast we had before, podcast we had before, we had talked about the revolution that was that.
Yeah, you
eventually
had said
someday-
it.
Yeah, this is not the revolution I was talking about. Okay, this to me this wasn't a revolution. This was a coup against against people that Donald Trump does not agree with. I mean, when they were talking, well, and let's go back to that December 6th.
a coup.
January 6th, I'm sorry.
Now a coup, real quick, for those who don't know, because I mean, I heard this word thrown around, and I didn't really know what was going on. But a coup is the removal of an existing government from power, usually through violent means. Typically, it is an illegal, unconstitutional seizure of power by a political faction, the military, or a dictator.
Or a dictator, exactly. And that's exactly what he thought he was, a dictator. So, when you have somebody, giving a rally, 10 blocks away from the Capitol building and says, go down there and let's turn this into a war. You're opening the door. You're inviting them in.
Now, this is the part that I've been trying to find this whole week. All right,
Okay.
did he how did he incite this? How did he start get these people wild up enough?
Well, we need to
get
win
them
our
over
country back. We need to fight the system. We need to show that we're not gonna take this any longer. Those are the kinds of words that get people rowdy. We're gonna have to. Some of us might die, but we're gonna get our point across. Stuff like that. And you know, I mean, if you, I'm not gonna say word for word what they were saying because I really don't remember exactly, and I don't want to quote them wrong, but they incited the people that were there. I mean, it was that simple, you know. I mean, you could imagine if they would have been 10 times that many people there, and he would have done that. They would have burned down the Capitol. They would have destroyed all of Washington, you know. And then, of course, surprisingly, but there's no police and there's no National Guard and there's nobody out, and these guys are just roaming the hallways like they own the place. I mean, you know.
I want us real quick. I need to, because that's a major thing right there.
For one very, very basic and simple reason: to save our democracy. We have hundreds of thousands of people here, and I just want them to be recognized by the fake news media. Turn your cameras, please, and show what's really happening out here, because these people are not going to take it any longer. Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength.
You have to show strength. That's leading to violence. You know, if you have to lead by strength, and you have to, that's saying it's okay to go and do what you need to do. You know.
We will never give up. We will never concede. It doesn't happen. You don't.
He ended up conceding after all this.
Yes.
Concede when there's death involved.
Which again, I don't understand. Which again, I don't understand. It drives me crazy every time he says he's going to do something and he doesn't do it, and then people still continue following him and listening to him. Everything he said he was going to do, he turned around and backed off on, or ran all over, or shitted on, and people are still listening to him. I don't understand. When he said, "I'm going to meet you guys at the Capitol," where was he?
They were yelling for his name too.
Well,
said, we want Trump.
And then they said they were there to hang Pinsk, you know.
Pence?
Yeah.
The vice president.
Yeah. So, you know,
He's a traitor.
What would have happened if they actually found him? You know, I mean, Christ, you know, I mean.
Do you think they would have done something?
I think they would have done something. I think they would have gotten carried away. I mean, they killed 2 cops.
So, yeah, I mean, they just had a memorial for that cop that died today over there, Pentagon police officer. So they said, well, he got bashed with a fire extinguisher?
A fire extinguisher. And the other guy, the other officer that died, so there's 2 officers that died from the Capitol building.
Let's see. Let's get this.
What are you looking up? Total number of deaths?
Yeah, and you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, people might hear this and want to criticize and shit like that, and show, like, everything that we spit are facts.
Right. Well, and the point, and again...
So there's 5 people who died.
5 people, exactly.
One of them is let's see. Brian Sicknick, 42, U.S. Capitol Police reportedly... Sicknick was struck in the head with a fire extinguisher while physically engaging with the rioters.
Wow.
Ashley Babbitt, 35. This is the chick that got shot in the neck.
Right.
This is a 14-year Air Force veteran.
Wow. That I found a little shocking and surprising that we had, you know, Air Force. Well, and again, you know, thinking back on it, it doesn't surprise you because the military has been treated so shittily in this, so shittily in this country. You know, the guys don't get the support they supposed to get and the help that they should get when they get back. So yeah, of course, you know, this is going to happen as well.
You got a Benjamin Phillips, a 50-year-old computer programmer from Pennsylvania. He had a stroke and died there, I guess. That's what they're saying.
Yeah. Talk about having a bad day.
Man, that's crazy that they had the nerve to list this nigga a part of this. There was like 180 people that got killed in those Black
Lives Matter.
I don't want to call it a Black Lives Matter
rally.
Rally, yeah. All those
March.
Those protests there was protests and riots.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just for those protests and riots, it was majority black people. And
Right.
and I'm not gonna say majority black people, minority. It was a minority because they kind of stuck together for this.
Right.
It is mainly black people. You know what I'm saying? So there's a major difference here in the demographic of people.
Right.
And a major difference of the people that died. And you're going to have the nerve to put a nigga that had a stroke during his ass shouldn't have been out there.
Well, and again,
I don't no disrespect that. Maybe I'll bleep all that shit out. Right?
when someone does a crime, and although you didn't commit the crime, but you were a part of the crime.
Yes, yeah. And
You're charged with murder. As
OJ
well.
spoke the truth this
Exactly.
week.
Exactly.
It's the truth.
So everybody that's a part of that, right up to the president and his advisors and his speakers and his statesmen, all should be charged.
A lot of people on this side of things are irritated with this saying right here. If those people were black, it'd be a very different story.
Well, everybody's admitted it. I mean,
It'd be a very
of
different
course, if they were black, they would have been. 30 times the force that was there.
At all them riots
these
and
riots.
protests, there wasn't one black person that died from a stroke out that bitch. I can guarantee that. I can guarantee it. I can guarantee it.
Who else?
Let's see. We got a Kevin Greason, 55. Royal Athens, Alabama. He is from. Oh no. Hold the on. Greason died of an apparent heart attack at an unknown point during the events. All right, so you have
Climbing up the wall.
Benjamin Phillips, who's 50 years old, all right, that
Having a
dies of a stroke there, and then Kevin Greason, who, where the am I getting this from? Firstly, The Guardian. I mean, but regardless, you can't lie about people who've died.
yeah.
There. You got to.
Right.
So I don't give a what kind of fake news this is.
Yeah.
So basically, you got one cop that got bust in the head and died, and then you got this chick who got shot in the throat and died, and then two other guys that had a stroke and a heart attack. Let's see. You see, look at this shit. Roseanne Boylan, 34, resident of Kennesaw, Georgia, reportedly died of a medical emergency during the riots.
Yeah. Well,
Have you seen the picture, the videos of them helping these people down the stairs? Did you see the demographic of the people who committed this crime?
yes, I did. And listen,
It looked like people from around here.
it looks like anybody's neighborhood, really. A lot of overweight, middle-aged, people that got nothing better to do.
I'm gonna show you something real quick.
And again, I'm not judging these people. When it comes to con men, all kinds of people fall. I mean, when Hitler took over, he was assisted by doctors and lawyers and everybody right down the chain. So it's not you can't feel like you can blame the people. No, the people get sucked in and you start hearing stuff like that, But yeah, it's easy for people to get sucked in.
I look at this guy right here.
Right.
Okay. Look at this guy right here. All right.
We can take that place.
What
You
place
take
is
that
he
place.
talking about?
He's talking about the Capitol building.
Okay, this is the Capitol building.
And then do what?
And then do what?
On point.
And then what?
Heads on pikes.
You
This
see?
nigga thinks we are in Gettysburg 1800s and all these patriots that you see here, all these people, I guarantee you they said nigger like 4 times while they were there. I guarantee you that. These are all people that drink milk with their dinner. And on top of that, like, they are all, there's no way that dude who said heads on pikes is making no more than like $40,000, $50,000 a year. Maybe $60,000 a year.
Well, that's the
What
thing.
is Trump doing for him?
Trump hasn't done anything for him, and is not going to do anything for him. But the just the whole thought of hopefully keeping the dream alive, you know, I think that's what these people are buying into. You know,
But what dream though?
The whole.
It's like all of a sudden every one of these mugs were like A students in history and shit. Like they all are.
And that's the problem, that none of these people are really tuned in very well, you know, to anything really. You know, I mean, I'm sure they're tuned into their jobs and their neighborhoods and their families, but when it comes to issues that you know cover the country, they're really not in tune. You know, so when they start seeing jobs disappearing and they start feeling the crunch, and they start thinking to themselves, well, you know, this is not, you know, middle America shouldn't be feeling this pinch, you know. And it's right. Let's throw somebody else under the bus instead of us.
And I mean, so like what they think.
I don't know what they think. I've said it. I've said it 100 times. I don't know.
And you know what irks me a little bit, like when all of a sudden everybody, like, they'll just start having a conversation with like a Trump supporter or whatever, and then they start talking about the Tea Party, this and back, and it was like, no, bro, no. Let's hold on here. You did not have straight A's in history like that.
Exactly.
Come on, bro. Nah.
And you know,
all of a sudden everybody Tom broke on.
Exactly. You know, and that's what you look at. You know, I looked at all this destruction and what really could have happened. That's what I point to. You know. Luckily, this happened, and there wasn't a lot of damage. You know, there wasn't a lot of death. So it could have been 10 times worse.
Yeah.
You know, but where do you draw the line? Where do you prosecute somebody?
One thing for me is, like, as soon as it happened, you know, I speak to people and I see the memes and things like that, and they show like a side by side picture of the Pentagon and the damage, or wherever the they were. In DC, the level of damage, and then they start showing like cities all across America during the riots and everything like that. But like, people need to realize that these are facts right here. People need to realize this, that those riots and everything, those weren't the doing of people in those communities. You know what I'm saying? We witnessed people in those communities suffer because out-of-towners were coming into towns and destroying shit because they had the opportunity to riot and loot. You know what I'm saying? And that's a fact. I had homeboys that filmed it with their own phones down in Miami. And they're showing people coming from, and they would kick these dudes out. And like, even there's videos in New York where there was a Spanish hood over there, and it was like all Dominicans, and Dominicans went on live and told the black people down the block, they were like, yo, you come over here, you gonna get shot. Don't come over here thinking you're gonna be messing with our community. Right. You know what I'm saying? They showed videos of shop owners, of the old black man that owned his shop, saying, I've been here for 55 years and y'all destroyed it and everything like that. It's like, this wasn't the fight that was originally intended. Right. You know what I'm saying? Now, with protesters, their thing was getting some sort of sympathy out of this administration, and that wasn't happening. And you weren't going to get that out of Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? And so the hate for him kind of grew even more, and it grew personally between black people, and that, you know, this political race riled it up. It riled it up now. Even the whole election, it had to be election time for all this shit to be going on, and now it's like it's a damn race war out here.
But you know, here we are in the greatest country.
Do you think we need another 9/11?
Oof.
You think we need another 9/11 to maybe embrace each other?
I don't know. You know, I could see it happening. I mean, see us back,
especially now, showing that we're not together right now anyway.
Exactly.
That's the perfect time for a military strike or some kind of shit like that.
Absolutely.
And like, those people don't care about each other. You know what I mean? At least overseas in Afghanistan, you had Al Qaeda and you had Afghanians.
Right.
Two different types of people. You know what I'm saying? But they were the same. The only thing that's making us different is black and white. That shit is retarded.
Well, and you would think, and that's what the hope was. When Barack took office, everybody thought, this whole race thing was going to be over with, and then people were going to embrace each other even more, and it really was like that for a while. And then, by the time Trump got into the picture, and he had been in the picture for a while, but he started souring things, and you saw the progression from the whole birth certificate thing to he wasn't born in this country to everything else. He's a Muslim and he's not really an American. I mean, come on,
It's wild.
But I think we need to find somebody to hold responsible. And
For
not
what? For this attack on
yes, absolutely,
the Senate floor?
absolutely. Because you know what, no matter what you think of it, this was a coup. This was an attack on our government, and if we don't stand up to protect our government, nobody will. So I think something has to happen. The Republicans still don't understand the box they've opened with Trump. That if they don't shut him down now, they're going to have a problem for the next as long as he's alive.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be commenting, and he still has a lot of people that follow him. So no matter what, it could be problems in the future. I mean, look at now they're talking about an inauguration day, that he's threatening to bring all these people back, and people are saying they're coming back the day before the 20th. So on the 19th, they're going to show up in Washington.
Man, security. I mean, security was obviously a joke the other day over there. So I mean, I'm sure they don't.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they'll have everybody out there that day.
Yeah,
but even with that, I think I'd keep this. I think I'd do the whole inauguration inside just to keep Biden safe. Because you never know what kind of nut is out there. So just to keep the brother safe.
Virtual inauguration.
Yep.
The times that we're in. Soon we're gonna be flying. This shit is wild. Check this out. This is definition of a word that was thrown at me the other day. I don't want to say thrown at me, but anyway, it says oppressive power, every form of over the mind of man. Thomas Jefferson especially. Oppressive power exerted by government. The tyranny of a police state. A government in which absolute power is vested in a single ruler, especially. One characteristic of an ancient Greek city-state.
Yep.
That's the definition of tyranny.
Yep.
So when you hear that word, what do you think of?
I hear of like I think automatically of Putin and people like rulers like that are the only people that call the shots. Kim Jong-un, China's president, people like that. That even if somebody has something to say, you're not going to be able to say it. That's what makes us a great country, is that we have the First Amendment, freedom of speech, and you know what? Without freedom of speech, we really would be a mess. I mean, that's what keeps us on the straight. Tries to keep us on the straight and narrow, is freedom of speech. If I don't like what you're doing, I don't have to stay quiet about it. I have the freedom to write and to talk about it, and to whoever listens. But in some countries, you can't even do that. You can't let your opinion out. Nobody cares.
You could die for your opinion.
Exactly.
Get killed for your opinion. Yeah.
You can get killed.
It's weird. It's like I'm looking at this in a tyranny. What is a tyranny government? says the philosophers Plato and Aristotle defined the tyrant as a person who rules without law, using extreme and cruel methods against both his own people and others. To government by a minority in an oligarchy. Is that how you say it? Oligarchy? Oligarchy?
Oligarchy.
Tyranny of the minority. To government by a majority. In a democracy, tyranny of the majority. So, white people are calling themselves a minority right now.
Well, they are. I mean, I think it just recently it passed like 51%.
So then maybe all this is justified. This is all reverse racism. They're fighting to stay alive because they know that their evil ways are no longer.
Well, I don't think it's. I've been trying to keep everything on the straight and narrow.
Fuck these white people. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
And I've been trying to be level-headed here, because I know for a fact that a lot of these people that got themselves caught up in this whole riot thing.
You think they right now like wishing they didn't do this shit?
Absolutely.
You think so?
Absolutely.
You think they can't be in jail?
I think there's a lot of them.
It's been more than 48 hours. Them white people ain't in jail.
I think there's a lot of them that are saying, how did it get so out of hand where people died here?
Well, did you see the fucking video? Damn, with all this cursing shit. Did you see the video of when the cop was getting squished by the door? He's yelling, obviously, and these people, they all, like, grabbed together and it was, like, one, like, if it was like they were trying to get in the damn boat to get all the tea out.
Right. Well, and that's the thing, that's the scary part is that little push into those two doors could have killed more people because they could have crushed those people to death, So
I'll tell you, if that was a crowd of black people, they would have threw a grenade in that goddamn crowd.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. It could have been a lot worse. Even though tempers got carried away and people got carried away, it could have been 100 times worse if they would have started fires in the building or whatever.
Yeah. And let me tell you, real talk. Like when that whole thing went down with when this guy got killed by the police and everything, and George Floyd, that's his name. I apologize.
Sorry about that.
When he got killed by that punk ass cracker, and they went crazy in Minneapolis, I was like, okay, they have a history with those police of going crazy. Right. That cop who killed him was absolutely wrong, by all means. What I'm saying, the whole interaction that he had before that cracker came around with those cops are like, yo, please just chill. Like, I think he would still be alive if that cop never showed up.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? But when that happened, I was like, okay, I understand. These people are fed up, even though, destroying a city is like, that's kind of crazy. I mean, whatever. But like when I started seeing Philly do it, New York do it, Baltimore, I'm like, all right, these are all hoods that, shit goes down at. Like, I understand everywhere we have our own little thing, but my G, why are you burning down buildings here? And like, it didn't go there. You're taking advantage of this situation now. You know what I'm saying? So I never condoned it then. Right. And like, how are you going to go to like, DC and do that? Like, I love DC. Right. You know what I'm saying? You go to DC and you feel a certain way when you're walking over there, and the breadth of history that's all around and everything.
Just looking at that Capitol building makes you proud to be an American.
Exactly. So it's like, why would you go over there? And then it's like, it's not that serious. Right. It's not, because I guarantee you, those same white people that were over there doing that crazy shit, when they get back home, it's gonna be the same thing. Same old thing. Now they all lost their jobs.
And why riot? Why destroy? Why kill people? I mean, all you had to do is wait 4 years and try it again. That's all. I mean, that's the way the system works. If you didn't think you got your fair share, you can always come back and try it again. And that's the way the system works. That's the way it's designed. There's no need to be destroying and killing people and burning down the house. It's just ridiculous. It's disgusting and made us look like fools around the world. And people are happy to see this happening in America. You know, people around the world are happy.
Yeah, they laughing at us.
Exactly. You know, the show isn't over yet, folks. You know, I mean that's what it's become. You know.
I want you to listen to this real quick.
Friday, so I'm gonna keep it black, but I'm not about to keep it brief. I'm just here to read these white motherfuckers at the Capitol in no particular order. It was the Kim Possible and the Ron Stoppable on the side of the building for me. You're mad. You're so mad because you finally see what the rest of us have been trying to tell you, that the longest standing and unchecked terroristic threat in America has been white supremacists. It be your own people. Let me tell you what these good old boys meant when they said, give me liberty or give me death. Give me the liberty to be sexist, racist, xenophobic, anti-queer, and anti-anybody that don't prescribe to my transatlantic version of Christianity or off with their heads. It's either their way or the highway, but it's documented in your words that all men are created equal under God. We didn't mean that for the blacks. So now when we are using a system that you created to obtain the rights you get to experience so freely, all of a sudden it's democracy. Throw the whole thing away. So I guess you thought it was your turn to make a political statement in the street. Sir, ma'am, especially you with your, we're storming the Capitol, it's a revolution. Girl, if you want to get your, do you want a revolution? Black people were in the streets protesting murder, oppression, suppression, a lack of basic human rights and equal protections under the law. And what were you showing your behinds for? Oh, to be able to murder black people in the name of self-defense, to oppress black people in the name of white supremacy, to suppress black votes in the name of white political power, and to have more protections under the law than black people in the name of white comfort. It was the noose for me. It's giving very much Civil War Confederacy vibes. Hey, the Confederacy was fighting for states' rights. States' rights to own slaves. Next. A joke. And embarrassment. The crimes? Trespassing. Destruction of government property. Mail theft. That's a felony. Entering restricted government property with a weapon. Let it have been a brown man. And they brought bombs. Death. Immediately. And it would have been called justice. It was the beating on the blue lives that matter for me. I don't want to hear any comparisons about what black people did in the summer of 2020 to what happened on January 6, 2021. Because for one thing, black folks know how to go to somebody's house and put their feet on the table. This was baseless insurrection, anarchy, terrorism, and treason. But here's the thing. Don't get me wrong. Revolutions are a natural part of history. Rulers have been usurped. Governments have been overturned. But it's always been evident and it's always been criticized when power was seized just for the sake of transferring power. Revolution has only been just and true when it's championing the oppressed. And let me tell you something, conservatives. You literally have lacked for nothing. It's in the name. Y'all conserving it for yourselves. Nothing has ever been denied to you. Your natural and civil rights have never been infringed upon. So much so that you don't even know the true definition of being oppressed, and any minor inconvenience or infringement upon your privilege would spark discontent, mayhem. White Christians. Y'all remember that scripture? One day the first shall be the last and the last shall be the first. The day has come and the girls are scared. I guess they didn't think it would come so soon. Oh, they've only been 400 years in power. You broke into a government building. Negroes could never. It was the police letting the gates open for me. And not only did you make it out alive, you made it home to see your children. Oh, but the Black Panthers stormed the California State Capitol in 1967 with their assault rifles. Yes, honey, and they were allowed to. Entering government buildings with weapons did not become illegal until 1995 after the Oklahoma City bombing. The most devastating act of domestic terrorism in U.S. history, by the way. And guess who did it? Two white boys. Had this exact situation been flipped, and we would have been protesting the result, and mind you, we would not have been protesting because we lost. We would have been protesting because we knew it would have meant the continued empowerment of violent racism. It would have been a massacre, but you knew that.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Really, she worked it.
That shit.
She broke it down. I just. It's just so
thing.
ugly.
Yeah.
It's so ugly. It's such an ugly topic to talk about.
No.
Racism. You know.
Yeah.
Because
it's very touching.
it's one of those things where you always want to think the best, or definitely think the best of people, and sometimes you just get slapped in the face so many times.
I mean, but I've been a part of it. I grew up through it.
Right.
I went to schools and the white boys called me nigger and all that.
Well, yeah.
And so it's like when it does happen, it don't surprise me.
Right.
And it's just I don't know. I'm at a loss of words for all this shit.
I think it's just all I can say. It's been a rough. It's been a really tough week for somebody that loves their country. Somebody to watch this and see the craziness that's going on. It's really heartbreaking, you know. And that's the way I felt. I felt my heart was being broken because of this, and it felt something. It felt very personal to me, you know, that they were doing this. They were doing this barbaric thing, you know.
Oh man, did you see the interview of the lady? She was like, "I got maced," and they're like, "Oh, what were you doing?" And she was like, "We stormed in there, and it was just a revolution." Did you see that interview? And she was all crying, like fake crying, and everybody says that she had an onion in her hand.
Yikes! No, I definitely did not see that.
All right, this is the interview that went viral with the lady who got maced. Now I didn't notice this, but they're saying that this is fake because she had an onion in her hand. If you look at her hand, she had an onion. But like she's just one of those weird dramatic women. Like,
ma'am, what happened to you?
I got maced.
You got maced. And what happened? You were trying to go inside the Capitol?
I made like a foot inside and they pushed me out and they maced me.
What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Elizabeth. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee.
And why did you want to go in?
We're storming the Capitol. It's a revolution.
Thank you.
I got maced, so the revolution's over.
all right, you saw that, right?
It was snow, by the way.
It was snow.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? Fuck that bitch. All right, now watch this. Now this is hilarious. Watch this.
What happened to you?
I got maced.
You got maced. And what happened? You were trying to go inside the Capitol?
I made like a foot inside and they pushed me out and they maced me.
What's your name? Where are you
My
from?
name is Elizabeth. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee.
And why did you want to go in?
We're storming the Capitol. It's a revolution.
That kid is amazing. Oh, that was hilarious. But yeah, that bitch was way too dramatic, and that's like one of them white girls who just don't want to be around. That was weird.
That was her 15 minutes of fame.
She was like, "Oh my
for the
God."
rest of her life. So you can imagine.
I'd have been the dude like, "Hey, come on, you can walk by now, all right? Let's go, bitch."
You really weren't even in there.
She's like, it's a revolution.
I like the way she gives her a name and address and everything.
Oh, I'm
That's
telling you,
beautiful.
they all.
We should
I
have
love.
more like
You
this.
see
We
the
should have
new
more like this.
generation. They all snitch on themselves. They're
People are
fucking
picking them up as they're speaking.
all read.
I'll be waiting at your house when you come home tomorrow night. Well, and all I have to say is The Simpsons was on once again. They were right on target.
Yeah, that shit is scaring me right there. That Simpson shit. Those people are weird.
They're sightseers. We didn't even touch on the whole security force thing. That this never should have happened to begin with. So that's for another show.
I just don't. Yeah, the cops were running,
You got
helping
gun,
people
don't you?
down the stairs. They were taking selfies with people.
Unbelievable.
I can never imagine stepping foot in that place.
They were helping people down the stairs.
Yeah, the steps you go up, there was like one of them old white trash people, and they were, going up they went up the stairs, tried to get through the door. Oh, I can't. And she tried going back down the stairs. The cop was like, "Come on, lady, let me help you down these stairs, get you out of here." Instead of grabbing her and being like, "Bitch, what are you doing here?"
Pushing her downstairs.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Wouldn't he be considered being in on it, the cop, if he's helping out?
No, he was trying to get people away from the front of the place, I guess, or down the stairs, trying to get her. You said she was an old lady, right?
Yeah, she was an old lady. She was, I don't know what her dumbass was doing there anyway.
To begin with, right?
Like,
she's like 90 years old, and she's just running,
half of
storming
those
the Capitol.
That's why I think the Capitol Police were like looking at majority of them like, I can run faster than him, her.
These guys are not even gonna make it down 10 blocks.
Oh my God! Imagine you call grandma and grandpa. Hey, grandma, what are you doing? We're over here storming the Capitol. What are you, 5? Like, oh my.
Grandma and grandpa.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Grandma, go sit your ass down.
Jump forever.
Hey, I show this nigga a video of one of them people trying to climb the things that
the wall.
And he fell and busted his shit so bad. He looked like he broke his back on a metal barrier.
Nice.
I hope he did, the stupid piece of shit. He's a these niggas are
Yeah, we had a
Yo,
lot of
black
there.
kids get their shit kicked out of them for skateboarding over there.
Yeah.
And these entitled ass crackers gonna go over there. My taxes pay this here. I'm allowed to be here. No, you're not.
The whole thing is okay. So what were they planning on doing once they got there? I still don't understand what the whole.
You could see the confusion though in that cracker's face.
Exactly. Nobody knew what the fuck was going to happen.
He said we could get in there.
And
And the guy
then
said, what are we gonna do when we get in there? We're gonna go to get some snacks out of the vending machine.
We're gonna riot.
Like, you stupid.
This I knew it was going to be an interesting conversation because again, it touches that that nerve of society, where you're like, this was wrong. Not in our country.
And you know how many kids are probably out there too? It reminds me of like when George Floyd first got killed. There was a lot of white girls in the corner over here with their signs up,
Right.
and everything like that. I was like, yeah, okay, that's cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like, if one of these little would have told me that they were going to DC, that we're just gonna go over there and whatever happens, I'd be like, I'd have slapped the shit out of him and be like, no, you're not going nowhere.
Exactly.
But a lot of these parents let those kids go.
Well, it looks like a lot of the parents went.
Yeah, they were
And
there
kids,
with them.
and the kids stayed home. Or something.
Oh my God, for real. What was the age demographic? Everybody over there got arrested. None of them was less than 30.
And almost everybody that died was no less than 40.
And they didn't die because of shit that went down there.
They had heart attacks and health issues and stuff like that.
Did I really read this correctly? Look at this guy. So the shit is hitting the fan for some of these people that was out there in them streets of DC causing a ruckus, a bunch of fucking hoodlums. Look at this. This is a MAGA supporter who stormed the Capitol and he's freaking out because he just found out he's on a no-fly list.
I love every single one of you, but this is what they do to us.
He's crying.
They keep me off the plane. They call me a fucking terrorist, and they want to fucking ruin my life.
That nigga didn't even make it home yet, and he's already talking about his life is ruined.
Everything's got consequences.
This is what happens when you walk into property in
This
DC.
is when people
niggas
start
don't
using the word coup. It's going to ruin somebody's life. Yeah. And if you're going to follow that nonsense, your life is going to get ruined.
He ain't talking about coochie. He ain't talking about cooter. He ain't talking about coops and Bentleys. He's talking about coup to the United States of America. This dude is. I'll leave it like that.
Yeah. He's not a happy camper, that's for sure.
That nigga was
He
screaming
won't
like
be
a
flying
bitch.
Delta.
He was screaming like a bitch. That shit is crazy.
He was crying,
Where was
"They
all that
ruined
tough
my
talk just a
life."
couple hours ago when you were walking down security guards and
Right.
saying, this is my property, bitch?
Exactly. Well, now that's not your property, so get the
I
fuck
can't
off.
help but to laugh because you know what? I've broken laws
Well-deserved.
before.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
Yeah, shit.
I mean, it's good to see instant karma. You know what I'm saying? And I think every day people need to see more instant karma happen to other people, that deserve it. And that's what karma is. They get paid back for their actions.
All right, let's not go too hard on
Nice.
these fucking punks.
Listen, like I said last night, I don't blame them. I think they're just a bunch of it was the blind leading the blind, and they got carried away.
Yeah, I'm not gonna blame him. I'm just gonna. No, I'm gonna blame him, man. I'm gonna laugh at him. That's it.
I think
We all have to laugh about this.
I think Biden comes in and says, you know what, you guys followed a jerk. I'm gonna pardon all of yous, except for the ones that if they caught the guys that beat that officer to death.
Yeah, no, actually, no pardoning. No, all that. Seriously, no, they
Yeah.
should give them at least. They need a good 10 years to 15 years before there can even be an expungement or anything like that. Let them live with this for a little bit. Fuck that.
Yeah, there has to be consequences.
No.
You know, it would be a perfect world if everybody learned their lesson and was able to get pardoned and move on with their lives. But you're right. You have to make an example. And you know what? I'm sorry, but you have to make an example. You were there. You participated. You have to pay the consequences.
We've been made example of for too goddamn long.
Exactly.
For these, no, these are entitled fools that they're going out there and did something stupid. You know how many times we have been in situations where we have done something stupid and cried and put our pride on the line and been like, oh yeah, you know, just think about, oh, I got a family, this and that. No, yeah, bitch, maybe you should have thought about that.
That's right.
You should have thought about your 5 kids and 3 grandkids and shit like that. Because I know when I was in the commission of crimes that I was committing, I wasn't thinking about my children. I wasn't. So just like they wasn't at that time. All that. You can say, oh, we're doing this for the part of our country, this and that. No. I don't want to hear it. All I hear from you is,
I'm the least racist person in this room.
and it's bullshit.
I agree. I'm so, I have to take that whole pardon thing back. That was misread.
Hey, I mean, yo, I don't wish jail on nobody. I don't
But
want
you have to
harm
make an
on nobody,
example.
but yeah, for real.
That's the way
'cause
people
come on,
learn.
because there wasn't no sympathy and no heartaches for niggas when we was put in that situation. You know what I'm saying? And we put ourselves in that situation, but a lot of the times we was pushed into it. You know what I'm saying?
Just like these people put themselves in the situation. Nobody put them there. Nobody dragged them out with a gun to your head saying, come on, you're going to this Trump rally, like it or not.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear that. Them niggas bought plane tickets to go out to that rally.
Right. You know?
Nah, that's malarkey.
So now you go back and you don't have a job. Oh well, you can't fly in a plane. Oh well, you can't rent a car. Oh well, you know what? That's what happens when you're a terrorist. You know. So
What do I call them? Terrorists?
we'll call them American terrorists, and that's what they are.
I don't even know. You know, terrorists got balls. Some sort of balls. Terrorists have some sort of balls to go through with something. You know what I'm saying? Everything that happened here was just all of it was a big cluster.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You could see even the video that I showed you yesterday when that guy was like, "We could get in there," and then he's like, "Well, what do we do when we get in there?"
Right.
Heads on pikes. It's a big
Stupidest.
cluster.
Stupidest thing.
A terrorist would have had this whole thing, and you know what? Maybe you could call the act of the whole thing the terrorist act, because there was probably underlining parties in there somewhere that's
absolutely.
had control of things. You know what I'm saying? But them crackers ain't terrorists.
But it sounds like almost in one breath you're saying hang them, and then in the next breath you're saying, but they're not terrorists. I
don't
they're
want to
just
give them
everything.
that label. I'm not giving them no sympathy. I don't want to give them that label of terrorists, because a terrorist is somebody who to become a terrorist. There's a little bit of craziness in there, and there's a little bit of organization in there, mixed in there at the same time.
They try to. Listen, Trump's been trying to run a country for the last 4 years. He hasn't been able to do it. It takes a little bit.
So it's like, Helen and Barbara over there that just got arrested, and
Right.
putting all them shit. We're not gonna label them as terrorists. They're not terrorists. They're idiots.
Well, but how do you differentiate the two?
Talk to them. Look at their Instagram.
Well,
These are Americans. These are when we say entitled. Well, when I say entitled Americans, it's because these stupid ass people have never seen a struggle,
right.
and not even in like your own form, but within other people. They don't know what that shit is really about. To go to another country and see the rights that other people don't have.
Right.
They're entitled. There's a lot of shit that these people.
And I think what they lost focus of is that this is the greatest country in the world. It's supposed to be the greatest country in the world. It's supposed to be the melting pot, of the world. how could you be thinking this is, mine and mine alone,
Yeah.
just because you look a certain way or you have a certain tone of color,
And we even said yesterday how, white people are now saying that they are the minority.
Right. So, are you trying to preserve a lifestyle, or are you trying to preserve a way of life?
A lifestyle. A white lifestyle.
Because now they're seeing that the way America is, the minorities, the people that were minorities are now in the majority, and they're using the same laws that they came up with against them. So it's America, like the girl said in that video last night. She said it very elegantly, about how it's one way or another.
Yeah, it's our way or the highway.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, finally, I guess maybe time to eat.
To make the steak that
Jeet.
we lost yesterday.
Jeet. Shit. Yeah. What a high moment. No, it wasn't my fault. I know it wasn't my fault.
No,
it was that
the girl.
bitch behind the register.
Hey, be nice. She was probably working a 16-hour day. She got 12 kids at home. Come on, a husband that beats her.
And she got more of a bonus than I did working at the Republican clinic. Fucking unbelievable at the supermarket. Unbelievable.
Hey, listen.
Should be ashamed of yourselves. Anyway.
Merry Christmas every time he's here.
Yeah, right. Merry Christmas. Thanks for ruining my episode on Sunday night, Connie. Fucking probably a Trump supporter. Anyway, nah, I love you, Trump supporters. I'm just fucking with y'all. I'm fucking with y'all.
Listen, it's not about, and we've said it before. It's not about the Republicans or the Democrats. We're going to be barking down Biden's actions as well. We just want to keep people on the up and up, and on the straight and narrow. That's all we want. You want to vote for something. You want to present something. You want to nominate somebody. Do it on the up and up. Let everybody see it, and then we'll talk about it.
And wouldn't it be dope
the way it works?
And wouldn't it be dope if, like, once Biden gets in office in a couple of weeks and we get a check for $2,000?
Well, that's what's supposed to happen.
You said it.
We've got the Congress, we got the Senate, and we got the president. They said it.
Yeah, it's fully ran by Democrats now.
As soon as Biden gets in, he's
so
stamping that bitch.
$2,000 check.
I still haven't gotten the 600. So listen. I'm
a lot of people haven't, but
I'll take what I can get.
Maybe you should explore a rabbit hole. Anyway.
Yikes.
So on the agenda tonight is, once again, steak and salad. All right. There's a New York strip, dried out. We had it out all day, good, nice, and where it's gonna be nice and tender. We're gonna salt and pepper it, keep it normal. And then I'm going to make a nice little salad to put that steak on top of. It's a spring salad. I'm going to have some cilantro in that salad and some golden berries, these berries that I love.
I tried yesterday. They were fantastic.
They're like little cherry tomatoes, but it's like the perfect sweetness and sourness and everything to them. It's going to go perfect with some mozzarella balls and this ginger Japanese dressing that's brings you back to the Japanese steakhouse.
I love their ginger dressing. It's just one of the most amazing dressings I've ever had in my life.
Like you going to Benihana and everything like that. But this is a nice, cool little. You can eat this cold, hot, whatever the hell. You know what I'm saying? Of course, like the salad, you can let it cool down and just put it on top of the salad, whatever. But we're gonna do a nice little pretty presentation and put it, cast iron pan and make a noise in the kitchen.
Beautiful. Let's rock and roll it. What are those little things called again?
All right, yo, grab me the container because I want to get this right. My favorite berries, they're called golden berries, I believe. I thought at first gooseberries. I thought at first these were kumquats, and that's funny. That would be a little part of the Subway story. But
kumquats are going to be in your Subway story?
It's crazy. There was this huge, I won't cut to the chase. There was a huge, fat prostitute that I knew.
course.
And
You like 'em
I was in
big,
her
huh?
house like smoking. No, bitch, hell no. This was just out of the park huge.
Nice.
This bitch she looked like she was almost Hawaiian.
Did you say steak?
Yeah, right. And I was like, ¿Qué? You don't speak English. But she had these things, and I could have sworn there was, but yeah, there was these things. She said these are kumquats. And I was like, oh my God, Jesus Christ. I was like, really? But I love them. And so I looked for them. I couldn't find them. And then finally I went to this store that, this dope ass little store, and they had them. They're like sweet, sour little cherry tomatoes. These are the best things in the freaking world. They're amazing. And look, he was a product of Colombia.
Oh, right on. They almost look like coffee beans,
Like a little bit bigger than, same kind of color, same kind of texture. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you just straight pop them, and they got like little seeds in them or whatever. But
It's
they're
got
just
like a sweet,
they're
tangy goodness.
you even need the vine on
Very,
it.
very refreshing.
They're freaking dope. Now I had gotten my hands on some real kumquats, and they were like fucking little oranges, like with like the skin and everything. And they said eat the whole thing.
So you
Just
pop
felt
them.
like eating a whole like orange. You tried. Remember, you're like,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
doesn't feel right.
It didn't feel right.
Yeah, it's like
But
it was
were
like eating a
tasty.
whole orange. Yeah, they were tasty,
They were
but
tasty.
I just love these. I love these, and they're cheap. They were like 2 packs for like $4.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and they're dope as hell. So I've always wanted to do something with it. So I figured I'm always putting other fruit in the salad and everything like that.
What did she put them in? What did she used to use them for?
What, the prostitute?
Yeah.
She was just eating them out of the damn thing.
Nice.
Yeah, she was just like,
She had no recipe for them. She was just.
Oh no, that bitch ain't have a recipe for nothing.
It
Nothing.
was all raw food and mixed up inside.
Blended up and nah.
Nice.
So she
She
probably,
was probably a big old sweetheart.
no, she was a big old conniving liar. Like, oh man,
Yikes.
she tried hiding from me from the longest. She was
I
a
tried to fix
prostitute.
that. I tried to fix it for you.
Yeah, no, I don't give a about fixing none of that. Hell no. This shit, yeah, nah, like it was just, oh man, that whole situation was just ridiculous. Anyway, we'll get away from that. But yeah, we're gonna start off with the salad, and I think these Cape gooseberries would be perfect to put in a, pretty little nice little spring salad with some, with some mozzarella
cheese.
balls.
Mozzarella balls.
Just real quick. Cut these bad boys up like we would do
What do you got
cherry
there?
tomatoes.
You got a clove of garlic already peeled on there?
Yeah, just a little clove. Look at the inside. Look at those little seeds that
I know that they did. They like explode and they're
It's
delicious.
full of flavor. It's crazy. But yeah, I got a little clove of garlic here, and I'll just throw that, just smash it up and throw it in there, just a little something. Now already these colors of these things
It's
are
already pretty.
putting something. Yeah, it's putting a nice little landscape on this.
I always like that orangey color,
Yeah.
I mean, I like to throw fruit in my salad anyway. I like to throw apples, raisins, pears, peaches, whatever's available. Oranges, bananas, anything you got, throw it in there.
Like I remember the first time I got introduced to fruit in a salad was from my grandmother. She would put the strawberries in the salad with balsamic dressing and everything, and it was great. It was cool, and I never like really dabbled with it at that time, but I wasn't really exploring my culinary visions at that time.
Right. I know, the Chinese use a lot of fruit in their salads, and it's very,
It's a
very
refreshing.
light and airy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a refreshing thing. Like, I mean, like I would go to the beach and make some sort of whatever kind of salad. If it had seafood in it, whatever it was, I would throw some fruit in, watermelon, whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? Now add the mozzarella balls, and then add your cilantro. Just gonna give it that nice little tosare. You know what I'm saying? I smashed the garlic down a little bit. Now I just wanna, really get a nice little thing, and it don't matter. Just throw it in there.
Beautiful. Nothing better than a little garlic.
Oh man, I would put a lot more, but I want to preserve that garlic, and it don't need it because the ginger dressing is really gonna
Right.
really do the thing.
That is true. The ginger dressing is one of those dressings that you thought you'd like, and you tasted it, and it just made the salad explode with flavor. You know, amazing, amazing. Right on.
My bad for the mic in the way. But now I'm just gonna move this around. Put this back in the fridge while we take care of the second part.
Right on.
How do you usually like your steak?
Like medium well.
Yeah. It's gonna be medium, like yeah,
Like medium.
medium towards the well. But you medium, so you really get the
Right. So
too
you get
sour.
that, right,
You know
right,
what I'm
you get
saying?
that butter flavor.
But these aren't thick New York strips, so it regardless, it's gonna be good. What we do is I'm gonna start off with a little bit of butter and olive oil, so the olive oil can help the burn point of that butter, because all the fats and everything. You don't want this house filled with smoke. Hopefully it doesn't get filled with smoke. If it does, you know what it is. But regardless, these steaks are gonna come out busting. We want a nice sear, want a nice crust on these steaks, and then let them sit out and rest. And we're gonna slice them nice and thin and put them on top of the salad, top with this.
Nice. So you got this cast iron pan heating already?
This cast iron pan was seasoned well, and so now we're gonna bust on the heat. So I got this cast iron pan, tu sabes, heating nicely. Throw a little bit of butter and olive oil. That's probably gonna pop up a little bit.
All right.
So I seasoned 2 New York strips with salt and pepper. That's it.
It's a simple way to go. It's the best way to go.
That's all you need to do with these, and you don't need to go crazy with all those other seasonings. Don't do that type of Trump supporting shit.
Let the meat speak for itself.
Press down away. Down and away. They're nice ones. I got the heat, not too crazy. So I want to do about 4 minutes, 3 minutes each side.
Cool.
Now don't mess with it neither. Like, let the steak sit to get a perfect clear little sear. You know what I'm saying? All across it. And then you pull up and start doing your thing. But right now you can start seasoning this other side right here.
So that's what we're going to do. And that's sea salt.
That's kosher salt. This
Kosher
heavy
salt.
flake. And excuse me. Yeah, kosher salt, heavy flaked, and don't be afraid, to put this on there, because it's just trust me.
That's what's going to give you that flavor. And bring out those natural juices in it.
And then a lot of people don't like adding pepper into this because you burn the pepper and everything, but I'm sorry, I love it. I want to add a little thing of butter on top.
See it caramelizing the fat on the sides.
A little bit of olive oil. It's going to help it with the brownness and the smoke point.
And the smoke point is what?
Smoke point is so when the fats from the butter dissolve down there, like all that right there.
Right.
It doesn't burn so quick because the olive oil mixes in with it. And the olive oil has a higher smoke point. It means it takes a higher temperature in order for it to burn.
There you go.
Right here. Just grab this and just start basting these steaks. It's gonna help that butter melt. Baste and about to flip right now.
Beautiful. Now that's the way it's supposed to look.
I'm gonna turn that off, turn that heat off, because now it's need that like 1 minute, and that's it. Nice little char. Let's set these down.
Oh my goodness.
Let them rest. Look at that shit with that.
Look how pretty.
I'll beat the shit out of somebody. I'll say, oh my God. Oh my God, look at that. It's just resting. All right, this thing is about good to rest. It's been about 7 minutes. Let's just move that on there. You want to grab that for me? Thank you, Senator. Make sure that plate is cleared, ready to go clean. And we can bring the salad and everything over there.
I like to hear that little bit of a crunch that's going on there.
And then it's just like sliding right through.
It's just like butter.
Good things of a good knife, my youths. Gotta make sure your knife is sharp.
Nice.
What are you? Ooh.
That's nice right there.
Ooh. Think it does the do?
That's some nice medium right there. You think it's medium?
Yeah, that's a good medium.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
In the thicker parts, you might get a little bit rare.
That's a medium that medium people that can't handle medium can handle.
Right on.
Like, look at that.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's my medium.
Ave Maria con totones.
Very pretty. That show is pretty.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me plate this up for y'all real quick.
And the beautiful white tray comes in. Beautiful tray for a beautiful meal.
Dressing?
What's that dressing?
That's that delicious dressing.
That's what they say every time I walk out that house. That's that dressing right there.
Look at that. And it continues. Gets even better than that. A little dash will do you. You can almost see it marinating. Oh boy. Little touches. Beautiful. Good Lord. Little sesame seed.
You have it, ladies and gentlemen.
That sure is pretty. And if it tastes as near as it looks, if it tastes as good as it looks, it's gonna taste fantastic.
There you go.
Oh my God. Just want to say, oh my God, this is so freaking good. My line is, would I pay for this? I would absolutely pay for this. Let's put it that way. It's not would I pay for this. I would absolutely pay for this. This is just, it's so refreshing, and the steak is done perfectly, and it melts in your mouth. It's just delicious.
Yeah, and then the cilantro hit right quick. The cilantro hit was like crazy.
Oh.
I didn't expect that.
And then the ginger. Oh my God, the ginger is just like, it just tops it off beautifully. Those little, what do they call Mother Goose? Gooseberries. Oh, these gooseberries are delicious.
Well, yeah, if y'all get gooseberries in your town or whatever, man, add that in your diet. Oh my Lord, these things are crazy.
And there's nothing better than a little matzo ball in there, you know, every now and then.
Hell yeah.
Mozzarella ball.
Good timing on the steak.
Mm-hmm. It's got that crunchy top, you know.
Mm-hmm. You got the crust. Mm-hmm. I get a little crust and like a little fat.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's just excellent. Again, every time we're on here, I say I wish we could hand this out or smell-o-vision or something, because oh my God, you got to be here to really enjoy this, you know. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we added the sesame seeds at the end, giving it an extra little more pop. You know what I mean? But like the steak, you see, you don't need a knife; it just fell.
And it really does just melt in your mouth, you know.
It's like hibachi. This is when you went to Benihana and ordered the steak dinner and had the salad, the pre-salad, and mixed it all together, and then decided to just eat it for dinner. But then with the little, with the gooseberries, I don't know what to tell you about that shit right there.
The gooseberries just send it over the top. It's like that little kick that you're not expecting in a salad. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden you're like, wow, that's pretty nice, you know?
Yeah, definitely a busting ass. Well, like I wonder, like this is something like even if this was like packaged in one of those clear things, like in a a napkin, like 7-Eleven or something. I'd still grab this shit.
I'd still grab this shit.
It's like at Wawa. There was a salad that they used to have. It's like an Oriental cold noodle, and it was so good. It was so good. Every time I go to Orlando, I would go over there and get this damn salad, because I was over there like every week, and I don't see it anywhere I go. I need to recreate it. I probably need to recreate it because that thing was busting, and it reminds me of this right here.
That's crazy. And at Wawa's?
Mm-hmm.
Wawa's makes pretty decent, you know.
That's like
if you gotta eat something in a rush.
Yeah, no, it's straight good. I had a Thanksgiving at Wawa's before.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I would put like bean sprouts in this shit right here. I would maybe some seaweed.
Right.
This would turn Oriental very quick. I mean, it is Oriental with the ginger dressing.
Mm-hmm.
Japanese, so definitely a beautiful salad.
Mm-hmm.
I think a female would love to eat this.
Very light and airy. Very light and airy, and very filling also. I mean, you usually see greens and it's it's greens, you're gonna be full for 10 minutes, you know. But this is really, a good serving, and it's a great meal.
This would be listed under appetizer, or just under the salad section, but letting them know that two can share this. It would be one of those like put a whole New York strip on it, slice it down nice.
And that's what I like about the ginger dressing is that, you have, even though you didn't like slap it in there and pour it all over, it had enough to cover the whole salad anyway. Goes a little goes a long, long way.
It sure does. I've always noticed that since I was young. I've noticed that when I've gotten this dressing, that you don't have to OD on the dressing. You do a little squirt, ba ba ba. Yeah, we're just dogging this salad right now. Bunch of grown men dogging salads.
Exactly.
And then the cilantro, a little hint of cilantro out there.
It just comes through so nicely.
It's funny that, usually people will make fun of people on cooking shows and they'll be like, that's bullshit. Come and taste this shit. That dressing just. Like, I'd bang that dressing. Like, if the dressing called me want to go on a date, I'm banging on the first night. I remember this nigga when he was a kid, baby, 3 years old, to like.
Nice. And you just made everybody happy.
Yeah, there you go. How could get that? No. Shit. I remember this kid when he was like a baby, all the way up. Like, I think when he was like from like 3 or 4 to all the way to like 11, 12, always had to get this nigga for his birthdays. We'd get him a personal steak, like a New York strip.
Right on.
And I'd cook it and put mushrooms and all that shit on it, onions and mushrooms, and cut it down. And this kid would have a whole New York strip to himself.
Right on.
Well, and then we go to if you go to a restaurant and it has tuna rolls, like raw tuna and like California rolls.
Right.
This kid, when his mother was pregnant, I was running around and shit, you know what I'm saying? And that's all it was just straight, it was restaurants and the car, because I was always driving around delivering shit. So it was like restaurants and loud music. That's what. So he probably in the future going to become like a hotel owner or some shit, or a club owner or something like that. Right. That'd be dope. Hand your business. Exactly. I mean, I'll probably pass it on to you. Sorry.
Exactly. And with meals like that, it'll definitely happen like that.
You know what I'm saying, B? Hey.
Look at that plate. That plate couldn't get any cleaner.
Coño.
I was gonna lick it. I was like, I'm on for it.
Hey. Hey, I appreciate the love, you know what I'm saying? And yo, there is so much more just like this on this channel. Please go down there in the description box and, you know what I'm saying, click on the link to the store, click on the link to the Instagram, follow us. There'll be some hidden gems in there. And also right quick too, I forgot what I was going to say. Go ahead.
I was going to say, and while you're there, buy something. That's what keeps us going.
Word up.
That's what makes us do more of these podcasts.
Yeah,
so,
support.
It doesn't have to be anything big, but maybe you want to buy somebody a little gift, a little friendship gift. You can go and spend anywhere from $5 to $500 on that site. So that's the way we stay afloat. Help us out. Give us a thumbs up. Pass us around. Sound like hookers over here.
I've heard this before. No, but for real, each interaction and each, purchase just helps us grow more. We want to expand the store. We want to give y'all more. We want to give y'all more content. But regardless of the fact, we're still going to be here giving y'all more. But just please show the love, show the support. Go down in the description box and you can find the link to our website and to our Instagrams and everything. And then plus, on top of that, follow us and press that notification bell. So this way, every time we come out with something, you're going to be the first to know. It's going to be right there on your phone. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Leave a message. We'll get back to you. We'll read some of these messages online. out here while we're out here.
Oh yeah.
And just let you know we're reading and keeping you in mind.
You're.
Jalil.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we see you, cuz. We see you.
That's right. You know, keep it tight.
Hey, make a noise in the kitchen. We'll be right back.
Out. Alrighty, and we're back.
Yeah.
So, all right. So far, we've had a really good conversation.
Mm-hmm.
We had an amazing meal.
There we go.
And it's time to try to wrap it up here a little bit and then talk about the week. Close off the week.
I'm saying, like, well, like I said, try to get yourself, get yourself a cast iron pan from makingnoiseinthekitchen.com, and you can make steak like this.
Oh my gosh, it was
you
delicious.
can't miss. That steak is perfect with everything. There's plenty of other combinations that we could put that through and show you. Not only steak and salad, but steak and, surf and turf. I mean, it's just so much. So much.
Exactly. But, again, to wrap up the week and to say that it was an uneventful week, it was not.
We got more to go. We got more to go. I guess next week is the Royal Rumble.
Exactly. We're going to see what happens next week. I mean, we laugh and we giggle, but it's a scary thing. And I think that's why we're laughing and giggling, because it really is a scary thing that, that people could come and protest and get right into riot gear, into everything else. I mean, hopefully they learn their lesson from Wednesday.
If they do some dumb shit next week at this inauguration, y'all will be taking us back to Martin Luther King days.
Exactly.
That's what basically you would be doing. That would be nuts if we got to go through an inauguration for the new year. I figured everybody. I kind of criticized a couple weeks ago when I said, everybody thinking about let's get into this 2021 when, it could go the same way. I hope I didn't jinx anything, but it's the reality of things. But you know what? It can go the same way, but let's not make it go that way in that direction.
I agree 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
It depends on, and that's why I think so many people are, we're happy that Biden won, because it changed things. We needed to change.
They were happy for a second.
Yeah, we were happy for a second, and then this craziness, but this is the kind of programs we put on. This is what we do here. We talk about the current events. We talk about what's going on. And by you supporting us in the store, that's how we get more of these. So
straight up,
go and check it out. Buy yourself a little something from the grill section, or get yourself a new set of knives. Beautiful stuff there.
Yeah, straight up. And there's a lot more coming. We're gonna have T-shirts and everything like that. Follow us on Instagram. Listen to us on Google Podcasts. Listen to us on Anchor.com. Apple Podcasts will be coming very soon. But just show that support. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We're here to serve, and come on, let us put on for you. You know what I mean?
And as long as we got these kind of stories to tell, we'll be telling our stories.
Straight up. I usually I did have you know what I'm saying, a Subway stories for you tonight, but we gonna keep it. You know what I mean? We already talked your ear off enough, and we went through it. We went through a lot. Through a lot, and there's still more to go. So let's see what happens in these next couple days. You know what I'm saying? And we'll just go with the flow of these shows. You feel me?
We'll be waiting for the worst, but hoping for the best. So let's see what happens out there. It's up to you.
All my Caucasian friends out there, please stay civil. I don't want things to go dangerous. All my black people, stay dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
Don't go civil.
Yeah. Nah. Hey. Nah, they just drinking their tea right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't. Don't be mad.
They're sitting back watching the tea
right now. They sitting back and laughing at y'all
and watching TV. Yeah, because they're watching this madness. That has no basis of fact, being carried away with.
Stop embarrassing yourselves.
Exactly.
Not all y'all. And remember, all the crackers that was said tonight, all the white people and Caucasian jokes and black jokes and everything. These are all jokes. You know what I'm saying? But for real, everybody, y'all stay safe tonight. Stop doing the dumb shit. Let's get through 2021 so we can get back to normal shit.
Exactly.
Go out to bars and wineries and clubs and things of this nature. You know what I
But
mean?
where do they check us out?
www.makingnoiseinthekitchen.com. That's where you can find the store. You can email us personally at makingnoiseinthekitchen@gmail.com. You can DM us and hit us up on Instagram at makingnoiseinthekitchen. That's where we will provide our certain menus that are coming out for certain situations, and that's where you can hit us up for personal events and things like that, and to find recipes that we're gonna throw up and to let you see content.
Use those recipes.
They're
delicious.
Yeah,
And they're
you know what
quick
I'm
and
saying?
easy.
And don't be mad if you can't do it. You can just hit us up and we'll be over there to handle it for you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But definitely hit that notification bell down there. That will let you know when we coming out with some ill shit. And this is Carlo Banga, aka Don Perignon. You heard me?
And this is the Senator, a.k.a. Uncle Mario.
Bang, bang.
Peace.